You have a chapter in your book titled You've Been Starred. And I was thinking about that chapter title when I was reading a book called Sarah's Key. I don't know if you've ever read the book. There's also a movie out by the same name. But for people who don't know about this book or movie, this takes place in real history during World War II, where the French police, at the behest of the Nazis, are rounding up Jews in France and then ultimately sending them to Auschwitz. And you wonder, how is it possible for the French people to watch these Jews being rounded up and then do nothing? And the answer that is given is that these Jews have become not just unwanted, but they've been labeled dangerous. And once you make that transition, it becomes very easy to look on apathetically as someone is being sent to Auschwitz because they are a cancer, they're a danger. And you make the point, You've Been Starred, that's the chapter, you make the point in that chapter that a lot of similarities are going on in the cancel culture today. People are not just saying that Christianity is wrong, but that Christians are patently dangerous.
And that's how you get people either riled up against a group or indifferent to a group. Either one will serve your purposes. Nobody, Hank, is going to get excited about it if the forces in cancel culture say, oh, those Christians are stupid. Oh, those Christians are jerks. Oh, those Christians are ridiculous. Oh, well, who the heck cares if somebody's stupid or ridiculous or a jerk? You don't really want to take action against them. But if you can convince people that somebody is dangerous, now you've whipped them into action. I remember taking my son to watch Beauty and the Beast when that first came out, way back in the early 90s, I believe it was. And there was a key scene where the villain Gaston wanted to whip the villagers up into attacking the beast. But in order to do it, he couldn't just say the beast is ugly. Who cares? So he had to make up this long narrative about how the beast is a predator who's going to come at night and attack your children and destroy the village. And based on that alone, he had the whole village going out with torches to invade the castle and kill the beast. Well, that's basically the same tactic we're seeing today. I'm not saying necessarily that cancel culture seeks to kill us, but what I am saying is it certainly seeks to kill our ability to communicate our message and thereby attempt to kill the message itself. And we're seeing this played out, as you said, in academia, certainly in social media, in the corporate and professional world. Now, it's already true that a number of law firms and medical establishments and psychiatric establishments will not accept graduate students from Christian universities because the Christian universities will have held to doctrines about family and sexuality that these firms are saying are no longer acceptable. College professors, university professors, good grief, they face unprecedented pressure to walk the line when they address issues of racism and gender and sexuality, and students as well who just want to graduate, who want to get their degree and move on and establish a career. They're put in a terrible situation if they hold the traditional viewpoint on these issues because, on the one hand, they want to be able to be in an environment of a free exchange of ideas. On the other hand, they know darn well they are not in such an environment. And if they are found out to be conservative Christians, or for that matter, Orthodox Jews, why, they could find themselves unable to graduate with decent grades, or at least to be harassed. So for all of those reasons, I pointed out in that chapter, we are experiencing something similar to the starring of Jewish people. Because remember, Hank, the star is not just something that identified people as Jewish. It came to symbolize every negative thing Germans had been taught about Jewish people. So the indoctrination came before the starring. The propaganda machine had to convince German citizens that, hey, these Jewish people, and not only German citizens, occupied citizens of other countries, it had to convince them these Jewish people are dangerous. they're unclean, they are predatory, they're greedy, and many of the evils that you experience in life, why, they came from the Jews. And when people are taught that, then you start stripping away the rights of the Jews. People aren't going to be very excited about it. Either they will be glad you're doing it, or they will be indifferent to the Jews. And that is what we're seeing today. No, we are not being shipped off to concentration camps. No, at this time, we are not experiencing the horrible treatment the Jewish people received when Hitler took over. But what we are seeing is the limiting of the rights of citizens who hold traditional views. And only the most naive will believe that it's going to stop there. And again, my concern is not that you and I and all Christians have nice, comfortable lives, Hank. My concern is that we be able to do what we have been sent here to do. And so I want to work while it is yet day. And if I still have a voice as to how the culture operates, which I still do, and you do, we all do, I want to use that voice as a good steward of truth. And then, if we've been faithful, and we've done our part as the light of the world and as stewards of truth, and God still allows us to be in a position where the church basically has to go underground, well, then all right, so be it. But it will not have happened because of our passivity. It will have happened because of human evil, and God is basically saying, I will allow you to go through this dark time. There's honor in that, but there's not honor in the first.
You're listening to an excerpt of episode 130 of the Hank Unplugged podcast, Christians in a Cancel Culture with Joe Dallas. To listen to the full episode, please click the link in the description below.